Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. As simple as that. Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
See, when you're in top shape, you give a straight 400, 500 straight punches. You don't even got to
fights that are never going to take place except somewhere in your mind.
Of the money issue, that was their cash cow, and
Hey, but hell, you could have been their cash cow.
Listen, they don't think like that.
Floyd Mayweather's an all-time great. Terence Crawford, I think, will turn out to be an all-time great.
Yeah, every time it's a fighter from the past, from the present, or a fighter that's going to be in the future, they're going to keep comparing them to Floyd Mayweather.
To pass the torch. Nobody passed the torch to Terence Crawford.
You took it.
Right.
At the height of his influence, Terence Crawford uses discussions and whispers, but in a live broadcast, he made his objectives frighteningly obvious.
How do you beat Floyd though?
Who's beating me?
You think I would tell you? He ain't fighting anymore.
I'm not worried about all that, my man. Floyd is undefeated. Nobody can beat me. You already know that, man.
Is Floyd better than you? You were there talking to Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
You knew I was gonna pull up.
Okay, that's a no. That's a no. Floyd's not better than you.
It's more than just a call out. It's a pledge. Supported by a string of defeated champions, Crawford has demonstrated that he is more than prepared for a bout that would define his career rather than one of Mayweather's public displays. He thinks the argument is over.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? That's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah. They pay you a lot of money probably for taking a risk. And some older fighters want to test themselves and see if they still got it. And it's a business. Everybody know what we doing it for. Right. We like pit bulls. You see a pit bull. They got their ring. They got their judge, and they got the crowd around them. They send them out there to kill each other. That's the same way with us.
Terence Crawford's recent dismantling of Canelo Alvarez wasn't just a win. He stepped into the ring as the challenger and walked out as a master who had conquered yet another division. The fight was a showcase of pure boxing artistry, a brutal, calculated performance that left the world speechless.
When you look at my career, I paved my own way. I didn't piggyback off of any fighter. I fought my way up to the top. When you look at any fighter, from Floyd Mayweather to any of them, when Floyd fought De La Hoya, that was a whole big thing. Floyd was the B-side, and he beat De La Hoya, and then he started rising to the top.
Terence Crawford's recent dismantling of Canelo Alvarez wasn't just a win. He stepped into the ring as the...
Yeah, we're working. On a holiday where I blow a lot, getting in. Let's get it. Honor the greats, do what we gotta do.
Did you watch the Terence Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight?
Yeah, I did.
Ooh, talk about slick. Oh my goodness. Who's ever done that? Who's ever jumped up 2 weight classes like that? It's crazy.
Scary.
He's so clever, and it got to the point where he got so comfortable, he's like pit-patting him, and then like, what? And you're watching, like, this is amazing.
Like, that's history, obviously. You shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to fight at that weight for the first time ever.
Against one of the greatest
greatest of all time, and do what you did. You're beyond an outlier. You're an anomaly.
The discussion started right away. Fighters, commentators, and fans all contributed, and social media turned into a battlefield of viewpoints. Was Mayweather's defensive genius really outclassed by Crawford's aggressive, switch-hitting skill?
Because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
At one particular time, I did talk about
I did say Terence Crawford.
Okay.
Now, but what are we rating these fighters on? What are we rating these fighters on?
Floyd Mayweather's eyeball test.
That works.
You're eyeballing these guys. You watch Terence Crawford. You know why he has his problem getting the other welterweights in the ring with him.
The man who is associated with excellence unavoidably heard this public declaration. However, his first impression appeared almost too composed.
Floyd Mayweather never disabused himself of the understanding that he was a more of a backup counterpuncher than a go-forward counterpuncher, regardless of what he did to Diego Corrales, and that's a different kind of approach and effect than what Crawford achieved the other night. So that
Floyd Mayweather merely gave a contemptuous comment in response to a question concerning the Crawford-Canelo fight. It works well for boxing. It was thrilling. The winner was the best man. He casually said, "Oh, I don't know," avoiding inquiries about whether Canelo was washed up at 35. Boxing puts a lot of strain on the body, you know. It was typical of Mayweather to seem above the story in order to manage it.
Let's put on the show. One thing about me, I've heard it all. When I say heard it all, I mean been around the world, competed against the best. When you talk about the Olympics, I competed against the best. Whether it was the world champion in the Olympics, whether it was the Cubans, I competed against the best. No matter Mexico, the pedigree of the Mexico boxing is truly unbelievable, but I competed against the best. My Uncle Roger Mayweather, you talk about Julio Cesar Chavez, he's an unbelievable fighter. My Uncle Roger fought him twice. He came up short, but he fought him twice. And it's always about competing and going up against the best. So Saturday, it is what it is. I'm Floyd Mayweather. I've already faced it.
He went on to say that Terence Crawford has demonstrated his own brilliance by defeating excellent boxers like Canelo and Errol Spence, showcasing both his bravery and top-tier abilities.
Here's why I say that. Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination inside that ring we saw this weekend.
He added that Terence Crawford has proven his own greatness by convincingly beating top fighters like Errol Spence and Canelo, highlighting both his courage and elite level skills.
No fear in him in the way that he's attacked, gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years, but no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated their era.
Despite his 2017 retirement from professional boxing, he is still a ghostly figure in the sport.
Who do you think are the top 5 boxers?
Of all time. There's no disrespect to Floyd. I love Floyd.
No, I feel like...
How am I gonna put down a person as the greatest person in the world that I competed against and felt that the world felt that if anything, it could have been a loss. I mean, he knew going toe-to-toe with me early that was career suicide. He like, I'm not going toe-to-toe with this. Floyd, no, Floyd's not on my list.
Okay, so had you not fought Floyd?
I'm pretty sure I'm not on his list either. I'm pretty sure. Right, but I'm just saying, like, as I'm a kid from boxing. I came in the same era with Floyd. So he wouldn't be my idol. The people that I name are legends. These are people that I idolize, that paved the way for myself. Mike Tyson's career was phenomenal. Pernell Whitaker's career was phenomenal. Marvin Hagler's career was phenomenal. Sugar Ray Robinson's career is, come on, man. Like, yeah, Floyd is great. He's just not one of my top 5 favorites.
His name appears in the news all the time. He is an expert at remaining current, whether it's for a high-profile exhibition fight against a legend like Mike Tyson, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, or a public appearance that starts a wild rumor. A ghost that continues to have the greatest impact on the boxing community.
But it's so crazy, like, what goes on in today's time. And I want you to just notice this. You got Muhammad Ali. You know who they compare him to? Floyd Mayweather. You got Sugar Ray Leonard. You got, every time it's a fighter from the past, from the present, or a fighter that's going to be in the future, they're going to keep comparing them to Floyd Mayweather. People have to answer this question. If they keep comparing all these fighters from back in the day all the way to now, they keep comparing these fighters to me, that has to say something about me. I don't have to come on record and say I'm TVE. I don't have to come on record and say I did this, I did that. When it was my time, I did what I had to do. It's gonna be fighters that's gonna continue to fight. It's gonna be fighters that they're gonna continue to compare to me.
But below this calm, collected facade, the constant allusion to Crawford seemed like a punch to the gut. Additionally, a much more explosive situation was developing behind the scenes.
The former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather.
I'm not no former #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. How am I not pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you retired?
But have I ever been beat? I already forgot who I'm talking to. I'm talking to Brian Kenny, a guy who's never laced up gloves a day in his life. We already know what I can generate, and we already know who's the face of boxing.
When rumors of purportedly leaked sparring film between Crawford and Mayweather started to circulate online, the silence was appended. Although the specifics were unclear, the inference was obvious. Once, away from the cameras and behind closed doors, the two legends had put one another to the test.
A Floyd Mayweather beatdown or one-sided win was much more of a paint job than what Crawford put together. Terence knows the language of the street as well as any other fighter. It's a very hard fight to pick, and I think it would depend on at what moment in Mayweather's career and at what moment in Crawford's career are we talking about that taking place. Obviously, we just saw what would appear to be the showcase Terence Crawford performance. Would you call Corrales the showcase Floyd Mayweather performance? Would you call Pacquiao the showcase Floyd Mayweather performance? I mean, where would you place that marker? Because I believe Floyd became a little bit more of a banker and was a little bit more conservative as he went along.
A fighter who prides himself on preparation and solitude, Terence Crawford apparently became quite irate at the leak and turned a private training session into public fodder.
When you lose, the promoters don't want nothing to deal with you no more. It's all about.
According to accounts, Mayweather replied with a daring private statement that swiftly went public after feeling the heat of the public discourse. This caused the situation to drastically worsen. This discussion was no longer limited to fans. It was getting intimate.
I feel like we done seen Crawford on his, have his best performance that he has ever had, versus Canelo. So it's like, whenever you try to compare Floyd's performance versus Crawford's performance, me personally, I believe that Crawford did a lot more. But if they both were to fight each other, if you would have put Floyd in his prime versus Crawford in his prime, who would y'all pick? For me personally, it would be so hard because I feel like they fight very similar but very different.
It was outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I already knew it was going to happen. But I thought he was going to stop him in the 8th or 10th round. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Once again, man, what is it about the guy? What is it about Terence? Every time somebody thinks that he's reached a plateau, he steps it up higher. As soon as the ante goes up, as soon as the challenge goes up, he goes up.
That training.
The intense internal turmoil that Crawford is experiencing is what makes this so captivating. He has frequently referred to Mayweather as the GOAT in interviews and admitted that Floyd helped to establish the path for boxers such as himself.
Ali lost. Sugar Ray lost. Hagler lost. Hearns lost. These guys lost. When did the O become the end-all, be-all?
I think Mayweather, you know, and how he made it big to the public. Like 47 and tried, 47 had failed, and then it got all the way to 50, and it's like, you know,
break Marciano's record.
Now retired, unblemished. Andre Ward, unblemished. You know, Joe Calzaghe, unblemished.
However, he has also expressed his extreme annoyance at the media and public's insistence that he disregard Mayweather's legacy in order to establish his own.
When you look at like Ali, Roy.
Then, this warning was more than just a challenge. It was the culmination of a man's frustration at being forced into a tight spot. When Crawford immediately addressed the issue live on television, it was the—
You know, we criticize athletes,
but we can't do
for stuff that we can't.
He didn't simply brush the rumors aside. It was a straightforward message conveyed with icy assurance. This was no longer just idle talk. It was a challenge from a fighter who, fueled by a mindset based on unshakable self-belief and a merciless pursuit of his own unique legacy, feels he is the best in the world.
Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5-division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more. Do I, in a fight, I probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win. Just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
Yeah, I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. They're definitely here.
Terence Crawford has never had any desire to follow in the footsteps of another person. He has always respected Mayweather's accomplishments, but he has also made it very apparent where he stands. I am the finest of my era, and Floyd was the best of his. There's no need to compare Floyd to me or me to Floyd, Crawford said. This isn't conceit. It reflects a path that was created by the individual. Terence Crawford was not given a golden ticket by anyone. According to one expert, Terence Crawford was not given the torch by anyone. He accepted it. His overachiever mindset has been evident throughout his entire career. A drive made amid Omaha, Nebraska's ruthless streets.